Welcome to the Dino Cinema. I do apologize for this one coming out quite late. As you can probably hear my voice, I've been sick. I feel good now, I'm just still stuffed up. But I don't want to wait a second longer to continue Witch at Atelier, because last episode it ended on a cliffhanger, and then I had to wait extra long because of being sick, and now I'm I'm ready to get back into it. We learned a lot about Agat last time, maybe a little too much, but when I think about it, the sort of rival character, the foil, I don't know if she's really a foil, but the rival character to the main character, in these battle shonen coded types of stories. This isn't a battle shonen because it's not published in shonen. It's kind of in that genre-ish, kind of. The story's also really cozy. I think it qualifies as being, at least calling it battle shonen coded. It's obviously not real battle shonen, but it's battle shonen in the same way that a Sonic game is battle shonen. It's not actually, but it kind of is. But in these types of stories, the rival characters are usually not as mentally stable as the main character is. I personally haven't experienced Naruto for myself yet, but from what I know, Sasuke is like that. And of course, I've already been comparing Agat to Noelle Silva from Black Clover. Of course, she's not really a rival to Asta, more like a reluctant ally. But Noelle also has a lot of demons to deal with, literally. If you see the series, you know what I mean. I thought it was really interesting how last time they showed the younger Agat wearing red, same shade as the Knights Morales. The fact that they showed that and they showed the Knights Morales for the first time in person in the same episode as that flashback, I think there's some correlation there. I don't know if we're going to find out in this episode, but I think we're going to find out eventually that Agat was born into a family that is meant to, they were meant to train her for the Knights Morales, but she wasn't good enough. She just didn't have, that latent talent, at least not initially. I think Agat is a lot like Noelle Silva from Black Clover. I think she is really powerful. She is really talented and skilled, but it's just that we all learn at our own pace, and her family, Agat's family, isn't understanding of that. So she didn't learn at the same pace as people usually do in their family. So they were like, oh, nope, she can't be in the Knights. So then she essentially got tossed out and taken in by Keyfree. And I think I said this last time, but I think Keyfree is sort of similar, Keyfree's Atelier is similar to the Black Bulls from Black Clover, where they're kind of like the black sheep, like the outcast. Everyone there is outcast from something else. They're the odd ones out, and they kind of have their own group. I'm definitely seeing that here in this story as well. And this sand that we're looking at was allegedly caused by Coco, but I don't think so. I think Coco, she cast the spell that she meant to cast, to draw. I guess you call it cast in this. But I think that Brimcat motherfucker, that Palpatine motherfucker, came in and caused more destruction. I don't know why he would want to get Coco in trouble like that. Because from what I knew, he's trying to build Coco up for something, for his own goals. And we ended off last time with I actually found out his name because I was looking up drawing references for him. I didn't end up drawing him. I was just I wanted to see what the adult witches looked like in this series, so I could draw my own. His name is East something. I'm sure I'm about to hear it, but we literally see him. At first I thought he was gonna kill Coco, because in the subs for the last episode he said something about sending her to oblivion, but in the dub all he said was that he was gonna wipe her memories, which makes much more sense to me because that's pretty much their prerogative. That's what they do. They wipe the memory of people who find out about magic who shouldn't, or people who abuse it or whatever. That makes more sense to me than killing Coco. Based on the info that we've received. So I think the subtitles messed up a little there. Again, I think the subtitles that I watch with are from the official translation, so I don't know what that's all about. But hey, that's why I'm glad that I check out the sub and the dub. Whether I'll do the dub for this episode today, I think will depend on whether or not I feel like I have enough to talk about after watching the sub. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, I derailed hard there. What I was trying get back to what I was saying is, I feel like the brimmed cap. I forget which one. I think it's brimmed cap. Knew that the knights were going to try to erase Coco's memory after seeing this chaos right here. So what's going on there? I don't know. Obviously, don't answer that question for me. I don't want spoilers. I'm just, I'm just thinking out loud. But let's get into it. There's no need to be afraid. There's no need to be afraid. Yeah, there's no need to be afraid. You know, we've only got you strung up 50 feet in the air over a deadly quicksand pit, and I'm about to literally erase your brain. No, it's cool. No, just chill out. You're fine. Take a load off.
魔法の記憶を失えば、その恐怖さえ忘れられる。ただ知らざるものになるだけだ。
違うって言ってるのに、どうして話を聞いてくれないの？やだ。
Wait, Riche's the first one to charge in? Like, I knew they were gonna come and save them. It's not even one of the adults, it's just Riche. Riche came in like a fucking, like a surface-to-air missile. Oh, the spell from before.
何者だ？
子供だ。旗を焼かれた。
リチェも子供のこと、子供って名前の生き物だと思ってる大人。
Based?
重要なのは事情ではなく。
Bro, that's what I thought when I was a kid. I was like, I don't like it when I'm looked down upon, and Riche feels the same way. Based as fuck.
掟違反という事実だ。今の世界の秩序と平和は、すべての魔法使いが厳格に
See where they're coming from.
ほころびがあれば崩壊は一瞬。
子供たちの話は聞かないくせに、自分はたっぷり話すんだな。僕の弟子に手を出さないでくれ。
Yeah, Easties.
なるほど。お前の弟子だったのか。死によく似て不遜な生徒たちだ。
君に似るなら優等生なんてクソくらいだよ。俺が魔法団の仕事というのはなおさらだ。
我々は秩序を守りたいだけだ。ダダ山脈やスリスタスの影森のように大地を変えるほどの強力な魔法は結託の日以前の戦魔法だ。それが今のように発動したとなれば、叱るべき対処をして当然のこと。
だとしても、事情を聞かずに突然記憶を奪うのはおかしいよ。それに、この規模の魔法を完成させる技術も道具も、僕は弟子に与えた覚えはないな。
お前が与えずとも、ツバーリボーが与えた可能性を。
It's gotta be them.
おいお前ら、言い争うのも結構だが、魔法使いの果たすべき務めを、人々に魔法の恩恵を、あいつらの方がよほどその意味を分かってるぞ。
Yeah. They know who magic's for.
便利な旗持ってんだろ。
それで治るのか？
いいえ、止血しただけです。このままカルンへ運びます。すぐに医者に見せれば、命に危険は。
俺は見たぞ。この子の怪我も治せるんだろう。魔法にはその力が。
いいえ、ありません。
That would be forbidden, wouldn't it?
それとも彼を運ぶのをやめますか？
Okay, so I guess I never considered that. Because I guess healing magic would be like, maybe you could only apply it directly to the body, but wouldn't that be forbidden? I can't remember if they were healing people last episode or not with magic. I don't remember. But didn't Coco heal somebody? Maybe it's just that his wounds are like they would require forbidden magic to heal. Again, only answer these questions if they're things that have already been stated in the show. Like if there's something I forgot, feel free to correct me. But if it's stuff that I shouldn't know yet, then leave it be.
悪かった。その子、頼みます。
現場を封鎖し、魔法使い以外が入れないようにしろ。知らざる者が去ったら、改めて精査せねばならん。
Okay, they resolved that situation pretty quickly. I was wondering if they were gonna well, I mean, they were about to wipe her. I didn't know what was gonna happen this episode, but I thought the beginning of this was gonna have so much going on that they wouldn't have time for the opening. Maybe we'll get to go back to Colin and finally get Coco a new pin. I still don't know why they didn't do that before. I guess they just wanted to get back home and rest. Like she wasn't mentally good to do that. I gotta crank this shit up. All 0 of you Patreon viewers get to vibe along with me to this. It has to be cut out of YouTube. Misgivings of the Knights Morales.
一般的な基礎魔法だ。
これじゃあ川岸を丸ごと崩すのは無理だな。
だね。
手を見せろ。 ツバーリ棒は時々魔法陣を入れ墨にして掘り込んでいく。肉体の強化や変化、魔法の力を増幅させる禁止魔法。育ちたてのペンダコに魔木で汚れた手。
Hey, that's a big callus.
もういいでしょ
大講堂に報告した後、この件の調査を開始する。問題のもとがやはりお前たちにあるとなれば容赦はしないぞ。学んだそばから失わぬようせいぜい気をつけることだな。
ああ、ヒヤヒヤした。よかったよ、みんな無事で。大人が二人とも離れるべきじゃなかったね。本当にごめん。
先生たちのせいじゃないよ。
アガット、ココ。すごく危ないことをしたという自覚は持ってほしい。もし誰かに魔法の秘密がバレていたら、助けた人全員の記憶を消さなければならないところだった。記憶はその人の人生そのものだ。そういったものを天秤にかける行いをしたんだよ。
ごめんなさい。気をつけます。これで試験は遠ざかってしまった。
でも君たちはやってのけた。だから第2の試験を受ける申請をしておくね。アガット。受かったら実務に同行する実力が十分にあると認められる。それまでは人前で魔法を使わないと約束できるかい？
I get the feeling a god's not used to positive reinforcement.
君たちはまだ基礎魔法教本を最後までかけてないでしょ。
試験って他にもあるんだ。
おいキーフリー、いいのか？アガットの焦りを心配していたんだろう。
でも今はそうじゃない。それなら僕は信じてあげるべきかなって。
甘すぎだろ
自分に厳しい生徒たちを持つとそうなるんだよ。
キーフリー先生、早く帰って練習したいです。
ちょっと待って、あともう一つやるべきことがある。
Haha, ha,
キ
one.
ーフリーの新しい弟子ってあの子だろ？噂が本当なら。
噂を真実だと証明できるか？
いや、石化した家で証拠を探すのは無理だな。
ならば自白させるしかあるまい。あの魔法のせいで下流の川が干上がりかけている。一つの落石が岸を崩し流れを変え、下流は変化を余儀なくされる。そうして美しかった元の風景は永久に失われてしまうのだ。
Yeah, so just like the Dada Range and other places, this river is now like forever changed because of magic. What do you say?
あの娘は最初の落石、転がり落ちる可能性があるなら何としてでも取り除かねば。
Yeah, Easties is picking up on that Goku's being used for some grander plot.
いぶしばりの杖といって石や木に魔法陣を焼き付けることができるんだ。
Oh, sick.
はい、落とし物気をつけてね。帽子も魔
This
法
hat is your
も置き
life.
忘れたら大変だ。
ごめんなさい。ありがとうございます。あれ、おかしいな。私の魔木全然減ってない。あ、魔法の小瓶とかなんですか？ずっと増え続けるとか？
Did the brim cap refill it? Or was her ink never normal? Or at least like before they arrived
魔
there?
法は世界を彩る偽り。美しい魔法を描くための手はこんなにインクで汚れるのに。
Yo, what
嘘
the?
近づけばバレるもの。いつまで隠しておけるかな。
Okay.
この魔木はカルンでノルナーさんにもらったものだったね。
はい。
オルギオ、先にみんなを連れてアトリエに帰っていてくれ。
お前はどこ行くつもりだよ？
Calm.
この間の騒ぎでココのペンを買いそびれてし
Yeah,
まっ
let's
た。
go.
すぐ近くだし、カルンに寄ってから帰るよ。
I know that's not the
Yeah,
real reason he's going,
Miyagi-ni
but wait, what did he ask for?
すぐ
じゃあ土産に呪蜜酒。
Wine.
初摘みと熟成もの一本ずつ。
よし、任された。
They're drinking buddies.
どうしても確認したいことがあるんだ。
あれ、ドアが消えてる。
ああ、しまった。今日はお店が休みなのか。
The door just disappears when he
どう
closes.
するんですか？
I said the same thing Coco did.
there.
I'm starting to get suspicious of No Noah. The doorknob on the bottom, the doorknob had like, it had a spell on it. Oh, that's sick.
入って。
How does he know exactly where to put the... He probably... I guess he memorized like the brick
こ
pattern.
の間と部屋が
And he knows where to
全
put the
然違う。
knob to line up with where the entrance
ドア
is.
ノブによって部屋が違うのは当たり前だろう。
Wait, different doorknobs means what? Oh, it's a different... Wait, this is a different place. Oh, wow, okay. So I guess the other place is like their shop and this is like their home.
あんた待って。名前。
So then where are they? If the doorknobs act as like portals. Because what I thought was like the inside of the building was always the same. So but then what's inside the building when there's no doorknob put there? So confused. God, all these little...
知らないマザー
Everything
がいっ
is
ぱ
drawn
い
so
だ。
beautifully.
綺麗。このいろんな色の粉は何？
あんまりいじらな
I
い
think
で。
it'd be fun throughout the series to see
来月変わったら困るから。
Coco's own room expand with different materials and research stuff.
ノルノアさん。
キーフリー、今日は天休日じゃぞ。
ですが。
なんてな。わかっとる
Floating
よ。
chair.
お前さんの用事は路地のタイルに書かれていた魔法陣のことじゃろ。まだ何もわかっとらんよ。いろんなマゾメを分離する魔法を試したが、見事なまでに解けていてな。お前さんは何か掴んだのかね。
実はあるものを手に入れて。
お、これは似ておる。いや、ほのかな。お前さん、こいつをどこで。ちょっと待て、これはわしの瓶か。
あの日だ、あの時。ズバーリ棒が瓶に魔法をかけたんだ。
What? When? Oh,
何をしとる。
yeah, when they were separated from
書く
Coco.
前にまずその魔木を調べてから。キーフリー。
Oh shit. Yo, wait. Keyfree, slow down.
あの浅瀬色の染料はなんて名前？天井のところの大きなやつ。
あれは月草花の粉。混ぜると魔法の効果が長持ちするんだ。
反対側の棚にある小さい瓶の白くてキラキラしたやつは？
花嫁蝶の鱗粉だよ。あれを混ぜると魔木が透明になって魔法陣の線を隠せるんだ。
その隣は？
Oh, you can make
細長い瓶は
invisible
旅
ones?
人。反対の丸っぽい瓶は禁煙竜の鱗の粉。
I'm sure those will be used at some point.
すごいやったーたくん。ここにある染料の名前全部いいなぁ。マザー屋さんに住めるなんて。棚とか瓶とか壁一面に並んでるだけでワクワクしちゃう。タータくんが羨ましいよ。
アトリエの方がいいに決まってる。あんた魔法使いなのに変なこと言うんだな。
タータくんも魔法使いの見習いなんじゃないの？
俺は。
あの赤い粉はなんていう染料なの？
どれ？
あれ、あの棚。
He doesn't know.
浅瀬色と枯葉色の間にあるやつ。
だから何段目のどれだよ。
すっごく赤くて目立つやつだよ。
Whoa. I guess that was just the thing Keyfree was drawing. What's going on? Why can only she see that?
よかった、瓶が割れてなくて。
Some strong bottles.
最悪だ。
It looks like all the labels got misplaced. Yeah. Oh,
バラバラ
damn.
になってる。じいちゃんから触るなって言われてたのに。
That wasn't your fault.
ごめんね。
It was his Keyfree's
だから
fault.
何の粉かわかる？どの色が、どの原材料の
わかんないよ。
でもさっきは。
置いてある場所で種類を覚えただけ。色で見分けたわけじゃない。ごめん、もう帰ってくれ。でも悪いけど
You gotta stop losing your hat,
ここが
Coco.
手伝えることは何もないよ。人にはできることとできないことがあるんだ。銀ダミ症の俺の目じゃいくら勉強しても魔法使いにはなれないよ。
Silver wash eyes? Wait, he's not a witch?
俺言わんこっちゃない。キーフリー。
Come to think of it, I don't think we've ever seen him draw a spell. I mean, he had the doorknob, but that doesn't mean he drew it.
あんな小さな魔法陣であの規模の威力とは。
So, okay, wait. At the beginning of the series, we were led to believe that only people born as witches can use magic. They were like, oh, okay, so Coco doesn't have that ability. And then we find out anybody can use magic, but now, for some reason, Tarda can't use magic because of his silver wash eyes. What's going on there?
おそらく
I don't know what silver wash eyes
双子瓶の魔
means.
法で入れ物は2つ。中身は1つ。きっと魔法陣が彫られた小さなメダルが沈めてあるはず。
Wait,
ここ
wait,
です
whoa, whoa. A twinned bottle
入れ物
spell?
は魔法陣が彫られた小さなメダルが沈めてあるはず。ここはこれを使わされたんだ。減った分だけ増えたのは謎の混ぜ物で補充した
Yeah, they're blood. That's the mystery
この
additive.
瓶は彼らと繋がっている。やっと捉えた。
なんてことだ。小さくて雑な陣でも強力な力を発揮する魔木じゃと。そんなものがこの世にあっちゃならん。わし
So
の
no,
手に
Noah
は
has nothing
余
to
る
do with
代物じゃ
this.
大行動にお知らせせれば。
ダメです。魔系団も大行動も誰の手に渡してもダメ
I
だ。
I wonder. You might think that the
キーフリー。
you might think that they're compromised.
お前さ、自分の言葉の意味が分かっとるのかね。何をするつもりじゃ。その魔木で何を。
ごめんなさい、ノルノアさん。
I feel like he just shut Nolnoa up.
待たせたね。あの魔木の瓶だけど間違えてすごく高価なものを渡しちゃったみたい。代わりにカバンを買ったからこれを使って。
Dude, you can't just. Looks like he just bought you with some expensive stuff. just go along with everything I say. Okay, last episode we found out there was some fucked up shit going on with a guy. Keyfree. I don't know. I'm not so sure about Keyfree anymore either. What the fuck? And wait, we still didn't get a pen. She got a bag though. Yeah. Answer please. Please don't
銀河の
cliffhang.
章は生まれつき世界があらゆるものが 銀色に覆われて見える目のことだよ。魔法使いは視力を尊ぶ
Oh, he's
風潮があるから
colorblind.
この世界では苦労するかもしれないね。例外に厳しい。君が心配することは何もないんだ。何もね。
じいちゃん、ごめんなさい。さっきの光にびっくりして、あの強い光何だったの？キーフリーさんの魔法？
はて、光？何も光っとらんよ。
じいちゃん。
Brother. He fucking wiped Noa's memory. He didn't wipe it, but oh my god. Dude, Kefri trusts nobody. Holy shit. So, like, he's known Noa. Okay, so here's my question. Would he do the same thing to Irugio? Would he do the same thing to, like, his other witch apprentices? Like, to protect what exactly? He says he's protecting Coco, but it's like he's been in search of something long before he met her, and I don't see anything particularly special about her other than her situation that he would want to protect outside of like just being a good guy. But it's like why would he do that to Noa? Like I feel like Kefri should be the kind of person that should care about Noa as much as he does Coco, because Noa seems like a chill guy. But I mean, Noa was threatening. He wasn't threatening, but he was heavily talking about taking the situation up to the Grand Hall, the Great Hall. What do you call him? The Great Hall, yeah. So, I guess because of that, that's why Kefri felt like he needed to, make Noa forget about what he just saw. And see, I thought Kefri was excited to get his hands on this double link spell, whatever he called it, double link bottle or whatever, because it's a lead for the brimmed caps. But then Noa was like, "What are you gonna use this for? Like, there's something more than just this." Like Kefri has other plans for it than just finding the brim cap. Like he wants to use that power, dude. That black monocle. Kefri's black monocle is scary. I just rewatched that scene. What the fuck, dude? You know, I was talking before about that other brimmed cap being like the Palpatine of this to Coco's Anakin. Maybe Kefri's more the Palpatine. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's there's something going on with Kefri, man. He says and does a lot of things that like a nice, like good-hearted person would do and live by. But there's like he is like he's got like a darkness to him. He's very driven to accomplish some kind of goal. Like there's something deeply personal about him that we don't know about yet. Going on with this whole situation. The Kefri situation is crazy. So we didn't really get much more on Agat this episode other than oh yeah, Riche was the fucking goat, by the way. We didn't really get much more from Agat other than Irugio being like, "Hey, are you sure you want to, give Agat this affirmation and allow her to take this test because you're worried about her getting too ahead of herself." And this is why I think Kefri's a good guy, because he noticed that Agat is like starting to bond with the other apprentices, and I don't think a bad guy wouldn't pick up on that. Like, I don't think the other brimmed cap would pick up on that. So the way the other knights are designed, these aren't just like background characters. These are going to be like characters that return. Like the way their screen time was used. I don't know these people's names, but they both had, especially her, both had moments where it's like, oh, okay, these are going to be characters moving forward. These aren't just like background NPCs. Like these are going to be characters. They're designed way too distinct to be background characters, and the way they were like their shot composition, like the fact that this girl got like screen time, she got a whole ass eye close up. Like, dude, you don't get that for background NPCs, man. Like this is a character shot right here. Not sure what her name is. I don't think it was ever said, but hey man, so far we haven't seen very many like grown women in this series so far, but hey, so far they're pretty good. I like them. Unfortunately, one of them we may never see again. The one that we started the series off with. But thankfully there's plenty of female witches to look forward to, so I'm happy about that. Okay, so the whole thing with the I'm still trying to wrap my head around the that ink that caused all this sand shit. So like the brimmed cap like put his blood into the vial, but like, you know, what does that mean? I mean, obviously it has something to do with forbidden magic. Because, like, I don't think anybody can just put their blood into a vial and to do something different. I think they because here, Easties, I'll probably know better how to pronounce his name when I see the dub, says that the Brimcaps tattoo seals onto themselves. I wonder if there's a seal on the Brimmed Cap, the Palpatine one. I forget, I think people, there's a name for that one, like the masked one or whatever. The masked man? Wait a minute. So there's definitely something that Brimcap is doing, other than just putting the blood in, that is... And it's like, how is it connected to Coco's vial? Like, did it get swapped out in secret at one point? Like, what the fuck's going on there? Again, obviously, I don't want the answers to these questions until the series itself reveals them to me. See, like here, like, this character stands out too much, like the shot composition and like the colors he uses, like in his eyes and hair. Like if this were like an unnamed, like just throwaway character, he wouldn't be this detailed. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that it's impossible for background characters to have this kind of focus on them, but you don't see it a whole lot. That and he's got a lot of personality with the way he's holding like the staff. This is a character. I don't know who he is, but looking forward to finding out more. Obukio's got a special pin, a sear wire wand. Yeah, because it literally sears burn casting seals into rocks and trees. That's interesting. That makes a lot of sense that they have different types of ways of carving. Yeah, I don't know how you burn the ink into the rock, but magic. Also, I gotta say, for being someone. This person looks pretty young for someone that was an adult when Coco was much younger. I mean, it is anime, so, you know, people don't age the same as real life, but I don't know. This person might be augmenting themselves somehow to be younger than they should be. Because this person, this masked cap, looking pretty young for how old I assumed they were. Also sounds pretty young. So it's like, if the doorknobs open to different places every time, how come the windows look out to where they are outside? Maybe the spell, like, it's not that it opens up to a whole new location, but it's that each doorknob like holds a room within it or something. That sounds pretty crazy to me, but I don't think that was explained here at all. And earlier, by the way, when I said that Tarda is colorblind, I know that colorblindness doesn't mean you see black and white. But in Tarda's case, he literally is colorblind. Like, literally can only see silver, which is insane. I'm surprised they don't have like a fix for that. Well, I guess that lines up with what we saw earlier in the episode where what's his face wanted that witch to heal Kustis, and she was like, we can't really do that with magic. So yeah, magic has a limit when it comes to healing. At least normally, I don't know, with forbidden magic you might be able to do more. Which begs the question why they don't make an exception for forbidden magic to be able to make it to where you can heal like disabilities like Silverwash eyes and like, you know, like broken legs or whatever happened to Kustis. Really interesting. I think maybe the witches are maybe a little too strict on the whole forbidden magic thing, but then again, I haven't seen the full extent of what forbidden magic can do, so maybe, like, I understand it's extremely powerful, but I don't have the same perspective that the Great Hall has. The people that made the Day of the Pact, or whatever it was called in the first place. I haven't seen what they've seen, so... I'm struggling to find anything else to say, because I'm just, like, at a loss of words with this episode, because it's just like, what do you mean? Because it's like, there's just so much I don't know what to make of. It's like with the linked vials thing, Kiefer's, like, darkness, him wiping No Noah's memory. It's like, it's just so much stuff where I'm like, okay, I don't even know what to say. It's because it's like it's just crazy. So with all that being said, I'm gonna watch the dub now. The dub, honestly, I might get different perspectives on certain things with the dub because the dub words things differently from the sub. Because that's what happened last time. So I really think it is important to see both the dub and sub. At least for me, someone who's like trying to deep dive into every episode. So let's see what happens. Also, let's oh dude, I get to hear the voice. I get to hear the voice for the blonde witch. If she's British, I might actually implode. Pretty much everyone except like Coco are British. They all have like the English accents. Because Coco just sounds like Pomni. Also Riche the goat. Goche. Like the fact that Riche and Tedia, the fact that they went in before Kifri and Orugi was crazy.
The circumstances are irrelevant. The law has been broken.
Oh, his English voice is so good. So it's Easties. I was saying like Easties. It's Easties. Hence the TH. This series has really weird names. What do you mean someone is named Orugio? I like it though.
Hey! You two! Amidst this rousing debate of yours, I fear it may have escaped you what a witch's purpose is. To spread the blessings of magic to all? Ringing any bells for you? Thankfully these girls remember at least. So don't just float there. Make yourselves useful.
Oh god. Orugio's dialogue is so good here in the dub.
Is this going to heal him?
No, but it stopped the bleeding, and now I shall take him to Con.
The women in this show have me smitten. Between her and she reminds me of the captain of the Blue Rose Knights, Charlotte from Black Clover. At least like, well, maybe a little personality wise too, but definitely looks wise. Yeah, between her and Delira, I'm eating good. This might foreshadow like a growing mistrust between the common people and witches, like just with how secretive they are. Like with this guy getting frustrated at her not being able to heal his son immediately. That might speak to like the larger view on witches later on. Because I think pretty much everything we've seen between like the outsiders and witches so far is like they've got a pretty good relationship. Obviously they're not close, but they view the witches as very useful, very reliable. There might be times where it's like, hey, why aren't y'all doing more? Like there's got to be, like we've seen what y'all can do. Why are there certain things that you can't do? And I think the fact that they have to keep so many secrets might lead to a mistrust at some point. I think that's what that little scene was building up to. That might not even happen anytime soon, but I feel like that was kind of planting the seeds for that. So yeah, even if she did have like a tattoo on her, she just drew that spell. So if that spell was good, the spell that she just drew, if that was going to do anything unique, it would have happened right in front of you. Okay, that's a little silly looking. Like there's no weight to his animation. He's literally just like, it makes sense for his body to be like that because of the spell, but like the clothes and I guess the penance isn't supposed to be moving, but I don't know. That shot looked weird. See, no, it does move in the wind. I think they just didn't have the time to complete that shot.
Our memories make us who we are, and you very nearly took that away from them.
All right, I'll be honest. I think where it matters, I think the dub. Maybe it's just because it's, I don't know, because there's a lot of times where I feel like where I like both the dub and sub, but I feel like the Japanese voices capture the spirits of the characters in the show more. Even though it's a language that I personally am not as, because I don't live with it daily. I mean, I guess I kind of do because I watch anime, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't live in that kind of culture. So I don't think me being more familiar with English is why I think it works better here. I think there's just something about the way the dialogue is written and the way the characters act. I'll be honest, I think most of the time, like the dub, I think it fits better. I think it fits the series better. Because I feel the same way about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Sub and dub are both really good for that, but I think the dub is just way superior. I just think the characters, the voices of the characters and the acting just fits way more with the story and with the characters. I'm kind of starting to feel that way with this dub too. I just feel like Kifri's character in particular comes across way more in the dub. And again, I don't think that's just because, oh, it's because I understand English more. Because there are times where I feel like the sub voices just work better. Like the Japanese voices work better. But yeah, I do think some of the voice act, like I said before, I thought Coco's mother was kind of off with the acting, and Tetia's voice. It's kind of weird, I won't lie. She got her, like, hearing Tetia's voice kind of takes me out of the story because it just sounds like a VTuber. But yeah, everyone else is like honestly knocking it out of the park. I will be honest, I kind of wish everyone had the English accents. However, I have noticed it seems like the witches primarily are the ones that have the English accents. I don't think we've heard a single witch yet that has like that American, California, Texas, you know, Crunchyroll dub voice actor sort of voice. That's really only been like the Outsiders, I think, which is interesting. There might be a reason for that. Also, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because I'm watching it for the second time in the dubs. If I feel like in the dubs, I notice the music more. I'm not saying that as like a slight against the subs. Again, that could just be because I'm rewatching it again, and it's easier for me to notice the music. But I don't know, I feel like there's something about the dub voices that goes along with the music to where they kind of like blend together better. And I don't know. I've noticed that before in other episodes I watched too. I'm a sucker for these kinds of shots where it's like white glowing background over anything really. I don't know what it is about these kind of shots, but I think because a lot of very emotionally impactful moments in anime have happened with these kinds of shots, and I just they just always hit. God, it's what I love about the dub is like not only do they have the English accents, the performances, the actors are acting in a way that they have mannerisms that you could only have with those sorts of dialects. Like the little like sounds they make and stuff. It's just like they don't just put on the accent and, you know, play it as if they would in any other with any other sort of way of speaking. Like it's particularly very like the voice direction for the dub is amazing. It's really good. Also, I noticed this when I was drawing like my own witch Sona. I'll put it up on screen so you can see what I did. I didn't finish it, but I noticed that Kefri's under his cloak, his robes are very Jedi, very Star Wars, which is probably deliberate, but just something I noticed.
Well, Rugio has a special pen. It's called a Seawire 1, and it lets him burn casting.
I'm sorry, Dub Kefri is so much better, dude. His voice is amazing. Someone isn't doing a bad job at all, but man, just the English one just works so much better for the character. I'm still gonna stick to sub primarily, because I like comparing the two, but yeah, the dub is it just sticks out to me way more. This I'm really interested to see in dub. Maybe I'll get a new perspective on this scene. Okay.
I wonder how long this ruse can be maintained.
Why does Masked Brimcap kind of sound like Kefri? I don't like what that implies. Obviously they're not the same person, but them sounding similar is, there's a lot of possibilities there. All the scary ones.
It occurs to me that young Coco here still hasn't obtained her pen.
And she still doesn't at the end of this episode, which is crazy. You know that the introduction shot from a few episodes ago where we first saw Tarta, I remember it being very like washed out and sort of like it kind of had like a monochrome silvery look to it. So that was some interesting foreshadowing that I only just now realized that's what that scene was doing. Because I remember thinking, like, why was that so dark? It's just like a little kid. Now I know. Whoever decided to give all these characters these accents for the English dub, they deserve a raise.
You're just amazing, Tarta! I can't believe you memorized all those names and can rattle them off just like that!
It is our job.
Yeah, I think one thing I like in the sub more, I like Japanese Coco's VA more than English's. Because the Japanese one does a lot of fun stuff with her voice that the English one doesn't really do. Okay, yeah, what I thought was going on with that scene at first was like it was like something only Coco could see or something. I was like, what? Like only Coco could physically see not just the color, but like the actual jar. So yeah, the series is touching on the subject of disability, the reality that there are simply things that that are just not possible for you to do with a disability. That's just the reality of it. You know, you can have all the bright-eyed, you know, protagonist optimism in the world, but there's just some things that'll never fix, you know, at the end of the day. That isn't to say that you should be down about it. I think there's always something in the world, even if the thing that you are you cling on to that you wish you could do, even if you can't do that, I think there's always something else you can try to find, no matter your disposition, to make you happy. Of course, there are people with certain conditions, especially mental ones, that make a sound mind also impossible, but I think that just makes it all the more important for those of us that have the ability to take happiness in whatever form we can. Like, if we have the ability to choose how we deal with our emotions, I think you know, that makes it all the more important for us to pursue that. And of course, that's a topic I relate to, being disabled myself. So it's just now sinking into me the sort of like importance of there being a disability portrayed in this series. It definitely makes the world feel much more grounded. And grounded doesn't mean like grounded in our reality, but it makes its own reality feel more fleshed out, I guess. Probably a better word to use than grounded anyway. It feels more fleshed out. It feels more like there's all kinds of people in this universe. So I'm eager to see how the theme of disability evolves throughout this story. The writing has been amazing so far, so I have faith that they're going to handle it pretty well.
Mr. Nolna, forgive me. Okay.
That's fucking crazy, dude. I don't think the juxtaposition was that insane in the sub, or maybe I just didn't notice it. The way we go from this,
Mr. Nolna, forgive me.
to this,
Okay.
that's fucking crazy.
Sorry, it seems he accidentally gave you something very expensive.
Bro, you can't just say that. You can't just say it was a hiccup after all of that. You're just gonna lie to Coco like that? That's insane, man. I fear for what Keyfree is capable of. Yeah, I wanted to touch on that earlier too. The fact that Keyfree said witches are unaccommodating to differences. They're basically modern day Japan. Basically, they don't have a lot of accommodations for disabilities. Which honestly, that might be influenced by the author living in Japan. You know, it's probably something they've seen firsthand. In regards to like transportation and accessibility in certain public locations. From what I know, there isn't a lot of options for disabled people. Japan is very much behind in regards to that.
There's no need to look so concerned. You'll be fine.
Man, he's strong. Just be able to lift her up like that. I wish he'd lift me up like that. What? So that's the second time this episode we see some possible seeds of distrust being sown. We had it earlier with the dad and him being like, "Hey, why can't you heal my son?" And now Tarta seeing Noah's memories getting tinkered with right after Keyfree leaves. I think there's gonna be a lot of different sides. There's gonna be a lot of different sides and conflict in this story at some point. I think those two moments are foreshadowing those moments when all that stuff happens. So I'm looking at the manga, and so far they cut one little interaction right after Tedia saves Agat and Coco. Coco's like, "Thank you," and Tedia says, "No, thank you. I'd have the strength to do anything if it meant being thanked by you, Coco." I guess they just cut that for runtime, but that would have been nice to see. That's funny. They also might have cut that for tonal reasons, because this scene was pretty serious, and maybe they felt like that part didn't work tonally. After reading through the manga chapters that this episode adapted, I don't think I really have anything else to say. I am also still feeling kind of sick, so I'm kind of like not all here right now. But I think honestly that was a crazy episode. It was a crazy episode. Like I said, a lot of it just left me speechless because it's like, okay, what the fuck? So hey, at least now it won't be long until the next episode, just a couple days. Assuming I'm gonna be able to record on Monday, but I will definitely make an effort to. Again, sorry about this one coming out late, but it be what it do. But until next time, remember that art is magic, and I guess watch your back for Keyfree. He's fucking crazy.